I'm Kayla, and this week I decided to tell you guys about famous people that I have met or seen in concert. Um, and I am still dealing with a lot right now, trying to find jobs and stuff like that. But I wanted to make sure I got a video to you guys this week. So hopefully this video turns out okay. I'm a little stressed, but I guess let's get into it. So let's start with the very first concert I ever went to. The very first concert that I ever went to was American Idol Season 2. I was pretty little. I don't know how old I was, but I know I was young. And I remember my mom, paid one of my stepdad's friends or something or no, I think she told him that she would give him money if he won the contest. Because there was a Reuben sandwich eating contest, because the winner of that season was Reuben Studdard. And my stepdad's friend won the contest, and we got front row seats and backstage passes to that concert. And I got to be in the front row, and I met all of the contestants from that season. So I have met Reuben Studdard, Clay Aiken, Kimberly Locke, Kimberly Caldwell, and everybody else that was on that season. And I'm not sure, I can't remember quite all their names because it was a while ago, but the main ones that got the most popular, I think, would have been Reuben Studdard and mostly Clay Aiken. I do have their autographs somewhere, and there's pictures of me with all of them somewhere, but I have absolutely no idea where. I've been wanting to see them for a while because I'm curious what they looked like and how little I was and stuff, but we haven't found them yet. I think they might be in the computer somewhere. But so that was a fun experience. From what I remember, if I remember correctly, that was the American Idol concert where during one of the performances they did pyrotechnics. So I had like fire shoot up from the ground, and it scared the crap out of me as a kid. My mom had to take me into the bathroom and calm me down. So that was a thing. I've also been to other American Idol concerts. I've been to, I know for sure I've been to the one with Scotty McCreery, the season that he won. I went to the one that was the season that Blake Lewis was the runner-up, which I believe was when Jordan Sparks won. Because the one with Blake Lewis, I remember going with my mom and my aunt's friend, and we all went up to the stage and put our hands up, and Blake reached down and touched everybody in our group except for me. I was like, are you kidding me? All of you guys got to touch his hand except me. And then I got all sad and started crying because he was my favorite from that season and he didn't touch my hand. So I remember that. I went to, which other ones have I been to? I'm pretty sure I went to the one when Taylor Hicks won because I have an image in my head of seeing Katharine McPhee performing on stage. So I'm pretty sure that I went to that concert, but I'm not positive. Those are the only three that I know for a fact I went to. Actually, I think I also went, I know I went to the one with Adam Lambert. I'm almost positive because I loved Adam Lambert and so did my mom. And then also, I'm pretty sure I went to the one with Constantine, which was like season 4, because I have the CD. I have the CD from like season 4, season 5, and season 8. So I think that I went to all of those concerts and that's where I got the album. But I'm not sure. I could have just bought those at Walmart. Which I think Constantine was the season that Carrie Underwood won. But I'm not positive about that. He was one of my favorites. He was my favorite on his season. I'm not sure what other seasons I may have seen. No, I definitely saw the Adam Lambert season. I'm pretty sure now. I think I remember it. Maybe. I don't know. I also think I saw... No, wait. I don't know. I also saw the one... I would have gone when they did the season with Dalton Rapattoni, when Trent Harmon won, but they didn't do a tour. But I did see the most recent tour, which was Cade Fainer, Gabby Barrett, Maddie Poppy was the winner, Caleb Lee Hutchinson, all them. I saw them. The only of all of those American Idol shows, though, the only one that I met anybody at is that very first one in season 2. I met the top 10 or whatever. And then I have been to an Adam Lambert concert, which was, I think my mom surprised me with that one. And it was amazing. I didn't get to meet him, unfortunately, but I did go to the concert, and it was amazing. We had like VIP seats, but it was weird because the venue we were at basically was standing seats. Like the whole area was just a big room that you stand in. Because it wasn't like a massive arena or anything like that. This was before he was touring with Queen. It was just like a theater where it was all standing seats, and then there was a balcony with tables and chairs, and the VIP section was that balcony. So we were actually the furthest back, but we were sitting down. It was weird, but it was pretty good because we were right there at the balcony edge, so there was nobody in front of me like to block my view or anything, so I was able to see really good. I've also been to I went to a Miranda Cosgrove concert at Busch Gardens when I was younger. Busch Gardens, if you don't know, it's an amusement park where during the summer they tend to do concerts with people who are famous but maybe not like superstars. Like I don't think that you would ever see like Selena Gomez at Busch Gardens because I think she's too famous, or like Harry Styles, like Justin Bieber. Like I think they're too famous, but I'm not positive. But this was back when iCarly was big, so Miranda Cosgrove was pretty popular. So she was performing, and I was like, oh my god, I have to go. Me and my best friend wanted to go so bad. And we were planning to go, and we were going to go, and me and her, and my mom, and her dad, was going to be the four of us. And we were going to try to get there early so we could try to get the best seats possible because seats were first come, first serve. So once you had a ticket, you were guaranteed a seat somewhere in the, like, area. But if you wanted to get good seats, you had to get the front of the line. So we got there as early as we could. But the only reason I was allowed to go to that concert is because I rode a roller coaster that I didn't like. Because my mom, there's a roller coaster called the Griffin. And it basically does this. You go up this hill or whatever, and you go around to go down it, and you go like this, basically. Like, it's almost a straight down drop. And it scared the crap out of me. And my mom was like, you have to ride it. If you don't ride it, I'm not going to take you to the concert. So I rode it. I screamed all the time. I had my head buried in her arm, but I rode it. And then we went to the concert, and it was amazing. We were pretty close to the front. We were like as close to the front row as you could get because the first couple rows were blocked off and they were like empty for whatever reason, or they might have been VIP or something. But we were pretty much as close to the front as you could get. There was like no one in front of us. And her opening act was Grayson Chance. I don't think he ever got super popular, but I did have his album for a while. I did not meet either of them, unfortunately, but that would have been amazing. But that was a pretty amazing concert, and that was definitely a surreal experience for young Kayla, who never thought she would see anyone like that in person. So to be like, holy crap, that's Carly Shay, that's Miranda Cosgrove, this is iCarly right here in front of me. Like, that was not something I ever expected to happen as a kid. So that was pretty cool. Then I guess the next, next would be One Direction concerts. In 2013, I went to my first One Direction concert. It was amazing. That concert was an arena concert. So it was an indoor arena. It was like oval shaped. And at one point, they got on this platform. And basically, here's how the arena worked. It was this big oval. The stage was over here at the bottom, in the front. I was like over here, like halfway into the middle of the oval. And I was like 2 sections up or something. And at one point, they got on this platform, and it went over the crowd of like floor seats and stuff. Like it went up over the floor seats, like high enough that you couldn't like reach up there and touch them, so that they wouldn't like get yanked down or anything. But it was pretty high, but it went over the crowd, and I still think he could have been waving at me. When they went by, Niall looked over at my section, and I was waving at him, and he waved, and I was like, oh my god, Niall just waved at me. And I don't know if he did. He might have just been waving in that area or at someone else or just, I don't know. But in my head, he was waving at me, and I thought it was awesome. That was the Take Me Home tour. Then in 2014, I saw them again for the Where We Are tour. And that one was a stadium tour, so it was more outdoors. And I'm pretty sure it rained the night of my concert, but they still did it. And it was amazing. I expected the seats to be really bad. because the arena looked a lot bigger online or whatever, but it actually wasn't as bad as I thought. It was pretty good seats. And it was amazing, and they ran around the stage and did their thing, and it was great. And then the last One Direction concert I went to was the On the Road Again tour, which was the very last tour that they did before they took their hiatus. And that was 2015. And that year they didn't come to DC because I live in Virginia. So I would always get tickets to the DC show or the Richmond show or whichever one was in Virginia. Well, that last year, on the very last tour, they didn't come here. So I got tickets to the Baltimore show in Maryland because Maryland is right above Virginia. And me and my mom drove all the way there. And I had gotten a bunch of money because I had just graduated high school. So I had like $500. And I spent all of it, pretty much, on floor seats for that concert. And it was amazing. And I still think Harry Styles might have waved at me. And that was insane. Because there was one point where basically the way that arena was set up, it was an arena, it wasn't a stadium, I don't think. But the way that it was set up was basically they had the stage over here, or like the stage was up front, right? And then there was like a catwalk going down the middle that they would like walk down on the catwalk and stuff. And at one point, they were on that catwalk. I think there might have been a smaller stage at the other end of the catwalk. But at one point, they walked out onto the catwalk, and Harry walked just like a few feet onto it. He didn't walk very far out. But like he started to walk out onto it, and then he sat down on the edge. And of course, I was jealous of the people that were right up next to him because he's Harry freaking Styles. But that was when it looked like he was waving at me. Like I said, he probably was just waving in the area or whatever. But in my super fan head, I like to think that he was waving at me. And then I also had signs for. I know I had a sign for the second concert I went to because I put lights on it. It was like a light up sign that I thought would get noticed by them, and it said something funny on it that I can't remember. I probably have a picture of it somewhere. I do, because I remember my mom took a picture of me holding it up. But I'm not sure what it said. But I don't know if I made signs the other years or not. I might have. I don't know. I know one year I brought a stuffed cat with me that I was going to throw up on stage because Harry likes cats. And so I was going to throw it on stage, and it had a fan letter. It had a note taped to the bottom of it, to its belly, that I wrote for Harry. And they saw it in my purse when I went through security, and they said that I wasn't allowed to have it because you weren't allowed to throw things on stage. And they told me where to take it to. And I had to take it to this, like, I don't know if it was like security or whatever it was. I had to take it to the place where you take fan mail for them, which means it probably just got thrown into a massive pile of fan mail that they're never going to read. But I thought it was cute. I thought it was a cute idea. And it was a stuffed animal. Like, I purposely made sure it was something soft so that if it did hit one of them or something, nobody would get hurt. Because I wasn't going to throw like a Barbie or something like some people have, because that's just painful. But, so that was the thing that happened. But that concert was amazing. Then after that, Dalton was on American Idol. And I entered a contest, a poetry contest, where his fan base is called the Nobodies. So I had to write a poem about why I thought I was a nobody or whatever, like what makes me a nobody or something like that. And submit it, and the winners that get picked get tickets and meet and greet with Dalton. And so I entered thinking nothing of it, and little do I know, here comes a week or two later, I get an email that says, "Congratulations, you've won the contest." And I was like, holy crap. I just won a contest to meet Dalton Rapatoni. I just won a poetry contest. My poetry must be pretty good. And it was a good poem. It was like I was talking about, I'm nobody but, the girl with blah, 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 nobody but blah, 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 blah. And then the end of it was, the girl in this poem in this story is nobody. Nobody but me. And it was all about me, like, kind of owning up to who I am. And, like, not being ashamed of it anymore. And somehow it won. But I entered to win meet and greets with him at the concert in Pennsylvania. Because that was the closest one to where I live. So we thought. And we ran into car problems on the way there or something. And we weren't going to make it. And I was devastated. And I was like, no, we have to go, we have to go, we have to go. My mom was like, there's no way we're going to make it there in time. Let's just call them and see if they'll give you tickets to a different show. So I was like, okay, fine. So we called them up and we asked them about it. And they said yes. We actually talked to a man named Dean who was in charge of that tour because it was with the School of Rock. It was the School of Rock Gives Back featuring Dalton Rapatoni. And he manages like the School of Rocks in like Texas or something. So he was the one that was in charge, and he was super nice about the whole thing. And he was like, yeah, no problem, you can just pick a different venue. So we picked New York. And you know, my mom was the one that pretty much talked to him, and she was like, yeah, she's really upset that she couldn't be there, but, you know, can you pass a message to Dalton for her that she can't wait to see him in New York or something like that? And he was like, yeah, we'll do. And we thought nothing of it. We were like, yeah, whatever, he's just being nice, or, you know, maybe he'll let Dalton know, but it's not going to matter. About 5 minutes later, I screamed. And my mom thought that I had, like, gotten hurt or something, and she was like, what? And I was like, Dalton just sent me a video. And I got a video from Dean of Dalton saying, sorry you couldn't make it to the show, but I can't wait to meet you, or something like that. Or, sorry you couldn't make it, I'll catch you on the flip side, or something like that. And I was like, he was like, hey Kayla, sorry you couldn't make it to the show, but I'll catch you on the flip side, bye. And I was like, holy crap, Dalton Rapatoni just sent me a video, and he said my name, and this is insane. And I flipped out. I had the video on my phone. I posted it online, but I did do the polite thing first, and I reached back out to Dean, the manager guy who sent it to me, and confirmed. And I was like, "Hey, is it okay if I post this video like online, like on my like Instagram and stuff?" And he was like, "Yeah, brag about it. Go for it." But I wanted to make sure that it wasn't something that was supposed to be kept personal, because I know, in my mind, I was like, "Oh, if I post this, the fans are gonna see it, and then they're gonna want a video, and he's gonna get harassed for videos from his fans." And I didn't want that to happen to Dalton, which was why I asked if it was okay for me to post it. And then once I got the okay, I posted it online, and everybody thought I was so lucky, and they all freaked out, and it was great. And I went to New York, and I actually met him twice in New York. I got to go backstage after the show because my mom said we needed to leave soon. Like, we needed to not stay there for a long time because we were going to have to drive home that night. And so we had arrangements made for me to be able to go backstage right after the show before the meet and greet to meet him, it was me, and there was one other girl that got to do that was like handicapped or something. She was in a wheelchair, so I guess that was why. But so she went first, I think, and then I went, and he was so nice. And I gave him the poem that I wrote him. I had written him a poem, and I laminated it and gave it to him. I think it might have been the poem that won the contest. I'm not sure. Or it might have been a different one that I wrote him. I don't know. But he said thank you, and he signed my program. He was like, do you want me to sign that? And I was like, yeah. And I gave it to him, and he hugged me, and I told him that I said thank you for everything, and he said no, thank you. And he was just so sweet, and we took pictures, and it was like a surreal moment. I was like this close to crying, and I've never happy cried in my life. And that time, I legit started to tear up just a little bit. That's the only time I've ever started to happy cry about anything ever. So, but then I ended up getting in the meet and greet line anyway, because there's this girl, Caitlin, who I had been talking to on Instagram, and we kind of became friends, and we wanted to meet up because we found out we were both going to be at that show. So I was meeting up with her at the show to say hi, and I ended up waiting in the line with her. And by the time my mom had finished doing whatever she was doing, she was like smoking a cigarette or something, because she hadn't quit smoking yet at the time. And by the time she was done with all that, no, I had gotten pretty close to the front of the line, so she just let me stay in the line and meet him again. And so then I had him sign my necklace, which I'm not wearing at the moment. It's a dog tag necklace, and it says like hashtag I'm nobody too, or it might just say I'm nobody too. And then it says, to get to the rainbow, I'll suffer the rain, which is a quote from his song Storm on the Sea. And I had him sign the back of it, and then I painted over it with clear nail polish to keep the signature on. It's come off once or twice, but I've repaired it. Now I'm just super careful with it. But that was pretty cool. And I also met his mom and his sister at that show, so that was pretty cool. Because they were both there. Then I met him a second time like a year later when he did his solo tour, because I was able to get meet and greets. Because since he's not super famous, meet and greets are pretty cheap for him compared to like super famous people. So I was able to afford it. And then I met him a third time when he was here again for a tour, a second tour that he did. I'm not sure why he did 2 tours, but he did. It was like the Inspired Attempt tour and then like the Acoustic Attempt tour or something like that. And it was amazing. I got merch. He signed my t-shirt. My mom had him sign a hoodie for me when we were at one of the shows. I think it was the first tour that we went. I think it was the second time I met him. I think it was the first tour that we went to that was in Virginia. And she had him sign a hoodie for me, and she gave it to me for Christmas, and it was great. So yeah, I have quite a few things that are signed by him. It's pretty amazing. I'm not trying to brag, but it was incredible. He's super nice. He's a really nice guy in person, and he remembers me. I've asked him the second time and the third time that I met him if he remembered me, and he said yes. So the next time I meet him, if and when it happens again, I'm gonna ask if he knows my name. So, and then I think I also met Elliot Yamin from American Idol. He was a couple seasons ago. I met him because he lives in Virginia and he made it to the final 3, so he got to do a hometown visit. And he came to Virginia to do his like hometown visit parade thing, and my mom took me out of school that day and took me to it so I could see because she thought that was a really cool thing, and so did I. And American Idol was like our show, and so she took me to it, and I got to meet Elliot, his mom, and his brother, and I got autographs from all of them. So that was pretty cool. I might also have pictures from that somewhere, but I'm not sure. Again, all of these pictures are like lost in my computer somewhere, or probably my mom's computer, to be honest. And then I think the only other person I've met was at the American Idol concert this year. I didn't meet. Oh, let me back up for a second. At the most recent Dalton Rapatoni concert that I went to, the third one that I met him at, I also got to meet his opening acts, which were there was a girl named Lauren Carnahan who had purple hair, and she was one of the opening acts, and she was really nice, and I like her music a lot. And the other one was a band called The House on Cliff. And they split up recently, so they're not together anymore, but their music was pretty good. And they were super nice, especially the 2 guitarists, Will and, or is it Bill? Bill. It's Bill. His real name is William, but he goes by Bill. So it's Bill and Charles were the 2 guitarists. I met Charles first, separately, because he was just standing there, and so I walked over and said hi and got his autograph and like took a picture with him or whatever. He was super nice. I was like, "You're awesome. You were awesome." And he was like, "No, you're awesome." And I was like, "That's." I think that was all I said to him, but in my mind I was like, "Oh, that was so cool that he said that." And I've actually had a couple people that I've met say that to me, like people that are like the semi-famous people that I've met, like Charles, who would say that. So I think that just might be like a generic thing that they say sometimes. But then I met the rest of them because they were doing a photo thing where they were taking pictures with fans and stuff and signing autographs over by the merch table. Because they were a little known band. They were lesser known than Dalton, I think, so they were trying to get publicity. So I went over and met the rest of them, which is when I met Bill and the other 2 that I can't remember the names of. I think one of them was Chad. I think he was the lead singer. He tried out for American Idol, but I don't think he got very far. I'm not sure. And then I don't remember the drummer's name at all. I'm sorry. He was the tall one, I think. But they were pretty good, and they were attractive, and they were super nice. And then the only other person I've met was at the American Idol tour this year. I met a band it's an up-and-coming boy band called Forever in Your Mind. It's Emery Kelly, Ricky Garcia, and Liam something, I think. I can't remember his last name. I'm pretty sure his name is Liam. And they were really nice. They all hugged me, and they took a picture with me, and they signed my American Idol concert ticket, and they were super nice. I told them they were awesome, and they said I was awesome. So that's the second time I've been told that, which is why I think it's a generic thing. But they were all super nice. It was pretty cool to meet them, especially because after that I came home and I watched them on Netflix, and I was like, I met that person, because Ricky Garcia is on a Disney show, or was on a Disney show called Best Friends Whenever. I'm not sure if it's still on or not. I think they ended it. I think it got canceled, but I'm not positive. And then Emery Kelly is on a show on Netflix called Alexa and Katie, which, if you haven't checked it out, it's amazing. If you like a lot of those Disney shows, like, you know, Girl Meets World, Liv and Maddie, Hannah Montana. Well, it's not really like Hannah Montana, but, like, you know, all those Disney shows where it's like the girl and her best friend. It's kind of like that, but it's less Disney and more. It follows the story of a girl who has cancer and her best friend and her family and stuff like that, and it's really, really good. So I recommend it to anyone watching this. After that, the only other concerts I've been to are, I've been to a Harry Styles concert that my mom won tickets to on the radio somehow, and she surprised me with tickets, and I flipped out, and I was like, holy crap, I'm seeing Harry Styles again live. Oh my god. Which I've seen him, like I said, when I saw One Direction, but this was my first time seeing him solo, and it was amazing. I don't know why I didn't ask for tickets sooner. I'm stupid. And then the other thing I went to that's kind of like a concert was I did go to the Dan and Phil Interactive Introverts tour. I went to their Richmond show, which was really good. They're hilarious and they're amazing, and if you haven't seen their YouTube videos, I recommend them. So that's all of the concerts I've been to that I can remember, and all the people I met. There is other videos on my channel of me going more in detail about meeting Dalton, me going more in detail about the Dan and Phil show, about the surprise Harry Styles show, about the American Idol concert and meeting Forever in Your Mind. So a lot of these events, there's videos on my channel of me going more into detail about specific ones that were like really cool, where I got to like meet people and stuff. So if you guys want to check those out, you can. Concerts I would like to go to in the future are, I would love to see Avril Lavigne if she tours again now that she's making new music, because she's queen. Selena Gomez, because she's Selena Gomez. She's someone I've looked up to my whole life. Harry Styles again, because I want to meet that boy. Oh, I also went to a 5 Seconds of Summer concert. I did not meet them, but I did go to a concert of theirs over the summer that my Dante, my boyfriend, surprised me with tickets for that. Forgot about that one. And people I would like to meet are the same people I would like to see again. I would love to meet Harry Styles. I probably would die. And then like Selena Gomez and Avril Lavigne. Alright, well I guess I should go because my brother and sister just got home and they're probably going to want to talk to me. So let me end this video real quick. I will see you guys next week, hopefully. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next week yet, so leave me comments. Tell me what you want to see. And please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Bye! Hold on.